this. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I got y'all on mute. But if y'all have a question, just let me know. All right, we'll have some people on Zoom. The other half of our class. All right. Okay, so this is Math 0342, right, developmental math. And so you guys will be going on to take maybe probably contemporary math after this, maybe statistics. All right. So everything that we're going to need is going to be on Canvas. So just in case, let's see, all right, let me just make sure, share my screen. Okay. All right, so just in case anyone doesn't know how to go on to Canvas, I'll show you real quick. Okay, so just go to mywc.edu and then you can click on online classes and that's going to take you to Canvas. And then you can click on our class. And then most of the stuff that we're going to need is going to be in modules. So you would just click on over here on modules. All right. And for those of y'all that are on Zoom, can you hear me okay? And can you see my screen? Good. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you're good. All right, thanks. All right. Okay, so on here, under modules, you can find the course outline. So I'm going to go ahead and go over that. All right, so on the course outline, you can see my contact information. All right, so you can always email me is a good way to get a hold of me. And this semester, I decided to just go ahead and give out my cell phone number. So if y'all, I trust y'all not to blow up my phone at 4 in the morning or anything like that. But if you need something, you can text me. If you have a question or whatever, you want to set up a meeting, you can text me. So I do have office hours in the afternoon, but I've been told that they don't really want us to have people coming into our offices because they're so small, but I can meet with you. We can set up a meeting and we can meet at the Academic Support Center or if it's not too, if it's nice outside, we can, sit at the picnic tables or whatever. Or if you just have a question, then you can just email me, text me, something like that. All right. All right. And if y'all know where the Academic Support Center, which is down at like the bottom, either you go down the stairs or you go down the hill, that's the Academic Support Center. And that's where you can get tutoring if you need it. And then my office is right across on the other side of the picnic tables from that. So. All right. Okay. Looks like everybody's here in the classroom that's supposed to be here. So I'll go ahead and do attendance. Okay. All right. Angelica, Haley, Zoe, Tatum, Pete, Another Zoe. Wow. Okay. So we have Zoe Angelus and Zoe Barber. Okay. Wow. That's kind of an unusual name. That's funny to have two of y'all. Funny how that happens. Corinne, is that how you say it? Ashley, Evelyn, America, Rebecca, Gloria, Glorianne, sorry. I just didn't read it all the way through. Okay. Samuel, Jasmine, okay. Sophie, okay, that's on H. She's online. There she is. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we haven't really figured out what to do about how to mark people as present when they're watching online. We're not, but I think what I'm going to do for right now is if you're watching online, I'm just going to mark you as tardy because I want to show I want to have a distinction between people that are actually here and people that are online, but I don't want to mark you absent. So I'm just going to mark it as tardy for right now. But just so you know, just so like I can tell like, okay, those people were in the class and this person was online. All right, let's see. Let me see who's all. I can see who's online. I can go back and just look at this later. All right. So, okay. And is there anybody else in the classroom that I didn't call? You're probably not supposed to be here. What's your name? Okay. Yes. Okay. So it's okay because as long as like nobody else shows up, then we're fine because we're actually having to do a split class because there's so many people and we're having to cut down the number. So you're actually supposed to just attend class like on Thursday. And then so what I sent out an email. So like A through G comes into class on Tuesdays, and then H through Z comes to class on Thursdays, since we can't have everybody at one time. But then those who are not actually in the class are watching on Zoom. Okay, but I mean, since you're here, you might as well just stay because, like I said, we're not full. So I mean, since you're here, you might as well just stay. But just in the future, you'll want to just attend class on Thursdays and then watch online on Tuesdays. So. All right. But since you're here, I'm not keep pressing. Is there anybody else? Anybody else? All righty then. Okay. So. Okay, so back to the course outline. Okay. All right, so as far as, okay, this is 0342. Okay, all right. I get my mind right on which class am I talking about. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the actual physical textbook is not necessary unless you just want to have it. What is necessary is the MyLabs Plus access, okay? So if you do buy the book at the bookstore, it should come with the access code, so you can go that route if you want to. Or you can also just buy just the access code from the bookstore. And that does include the ebook, so you're still basically getting the book, just not a physical one. Or the cheapest option is just to go and pay for it directly on the website and just get instant access that way with, put in like your credit or debit card. There's also an option to click on pay later whenever you're signing in there. Um, so if you for whatever reason, like haven't bought the book yet or don't have the money to pay for it yet or whatever, you can always just click on pay later. And that'll give you 2 weeks of free access. All right, but that is, that's MyLabs Plus is required. That's where all of the homework is. And that's also, yeah, that's where all the homework is. All right. Okay. As far as attendance for this semester, like I said, with our class, we're going to be, because we have a full class and we have to split it up. So like I said, if you're A through G, you come into class on Tuesdays. If you're H through Z, you come into class on Thursdays. And then on the day that you're not here, you can just watch on Zoom. I think I sent the Zoom link in that email, and I also have it on Canvas. So whenever you log into Canvas and you click on our class, I think I have the link right there at the top of the home page. No, I don't. Oh, okay. Well, I'll put it up there, but I sent it in the email, and I'll try to put it right here on the home page so it'll be easy for you to find and click on as well. All right. So as far as attendance, we usually have a stricter attendance policy for developmental classes, but because of COVID, we're just basically saying, like, hey, if you're sick, don't come. And if you're not sick, do come. But, we're not going to really, we're going to try not to really make too much of a deal out of that, because we want to make sure that we're not encouraging anybody to come to class if you're sick. So just, if you are sick, just send me an email, let me know, and then stay home. Okay. And then you'll still be able to watch the class on Zoom. So, all right. Any questions so far? Okay. All right, so homework, as I said, homework is on MyLabs Plus. Normally, you would go to it through the link in Canvas, but right now, I've been told those links are not working. So, and I've also been told that the only browser that's working with MyLabs Plus right now is Firefox. So make sure that you use the Firefox browser. And then you're going to want to go to wc.mylabsplus.com in order to register for that. And the password is just your date of birth with 8 digits. Okay. So I'm going to see if I can. Type this link in for the people on here. All right, and I put the link in the chat for those of y'all that are online if you want to just click on it. All right. Okay, so that's where all of your homework is. That's 15% of your grade. All right. So let's take a look. I'll go ahead and pull that up and show you. All right, let's see, what section is this? This is section 4. All right, so once you log in and you get all signed up, then you want to click on homework. All right, and I haven't set the due dates, but I will soon, and I can go ahead and tell you that you're going to have a week. So like your first homework assignments will be due a week from today, like before class on Tuesday. All right, so that's how I'm going to set them up. Okay. So let's go ahead and click on one, and we can kind of see how it works a little bit. All right. Okay. So first of all, if you don't know how to do a problem, you can click on question help right there. And the most popular thing to click on is view an example. So you can click on that and it will walk you through an example step by step that's very similar to the problem that you're trying to do. All right. And if you know, then you can look at the example and then apply that same method to your problem. If you still have trouble after that, you might want to click on help me solve this. And what that'll do is that'll walk you step by step through the actual same problem that you were trying to work on. But it's basically giving you the answer to that problem. So it won't count that as correct. You'll have to do a similar problem. So like, for example, let's say I type in a wrong answer. When you type in the answer, you can just hit enter and it will tell you, no, that's wrong. You were supposed to do blah, blah, blah. And you can hit enter again. And then you still have 2 more chances to try to enter an answer. And if you get it wrong 3 times, it'll then tell you what the correct answer is. And then what you could do at that point is click on similar question. And then it'll just give you a similar question. You can have 3 more chances, and you can do that as many times as you want to. All right. But if you're having a lot of trouble, you may want to click on Ask the Instructor under the question help. And so what that will do is it'll send me an email with a link to the exact question that you're working on. And I'm not going to, say that I'm going to necessarily type out a full explanation of the whole problem. For one thing, I probably wouldn't be able to adequately do that anyway, just using text. And for another thing, you already have that if you look at view the example and help me solve this. But if you have a specific question, like maybe say, I looked at the example and I didn't understand the last step, or I didn't understand where they got the 3, or something like that. Or if nothing else, I can pull that up and whenever we either come to class or you come to my office or, we have a meeting or Zoom or whatever, and then I could maybe, then we can talk about it, verbally and I can explain it. But having that link to the problem is helpful for me. That way I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at. Okay. So like I said, you'll have a week to do those assignments, so you should be able to get those done. But also, if not, you can still do it. It's just a 10% late penalty per day that it's late on the homeworks. All right. Any questions about any of that? Okay. All right. So you do have required tutorial hours that are 5% of your grade. And you can do that by going to the Academic Support Center, which I mentioned before. So basically you can just go like down the stairs or down the hill. It's in the bottom floor of the, I don't know if I guess that's technically part of the LARP building. And then it's right next to the picnic tables. And then on the other side of the picnic tables is my office. So you can go in there and you can just work on your homework, or you can get help. You can also get help online. So in Canvas, there is a link for tutor.com. If you scroll down, there's a link for tutor.com. All right, and make sure you click on that link. Don't just go to tutor.com separately. Make sure you go through that link because that's something the college has paid for and provided for you. So you can get help 24/7 through them online. And if you go on there during the hours that the Academic Support Center is actually open, which is like 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So pretty much like during normal hours, like Monday through Friday, because I think they even have some tutors online that work from home, even a little bit like after hours, maybe till midnight or something like that. And as long as you're getting help from one of the Weatherford College tutors, that definitely counts towards your tutorial hour requirement. If you're getting help from one of the other tutors, I don't think that will count towards your tutorial hours, but if you need help, then you can still get help that way. All right. All right, and so that's 5% of your grade. And then we will be having regular paper tests in class, and that will be 60% of your grade. And then the final exam is a department comprehensive final, and that's 20% of your grade. No calculators. We won't be using any calculators in this class at all. If you have any disabilities, make sure that you contact the disability services on campus, and the contact information for that is here on the course outline. And then also we want you to know that if you have any challenges getting adequate food or housing, we have help for students with those things as well. And you can contact the campus police. Here's a phone number on here for that. Okay. All right. Any questions about anything? All right. So for today, I did print out the notes for you. For those of you that are watching online, guess I should have kind of told y'all might want to print these out ahead of time. But it's not a big deal. But you can always find these online under modules. When you go on Canvas, just click on modules, and then you scroll down, you'll find blank notes there. Okay. And so really that goes for anybody, whether you're watching online or you're coming to class in person. You're going to want to go to the blank notes and print those out. I just went ahead and did it for this first day, but going forward, you should print these out for yourself. I mean, if you don't want to, it's up to you, but I highly recommend it. Okay, here is going to be the all right. So for those of you that are online, can y'all see the notes You can see my hand on the notes and all this. Can you see my pen? No? Okay, shoot. Let me try something else. Okay. This worked before. It should work. Please work. Okay. Now can y'all see me writing with my pen? Y'all see my pen? No? Dang it, man. That's so weird. Hmm. Okay, let me try one more thing. Now, can y'all see my pen? Oh, hang on, I can't hear you. I'm not sure what she means. Unmute yourself. What is it?
It's facing you.
Oh,
So,
still,
yeah.
okay. So you're still, you can't see me like writing on my paper. You can't see like my hand writing on the paper.
No. It's like the camera's facing you though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I have a second camera that's supposed to, that's so weird. Um, hmm. Dang it. Well, I mean, cause I did this the other day and nobody was watching on Zoom, but I recorded it on Zoom and I know it was working where you could see me writing stuff. So, okay. Crap. I don't know. I should have brought my other thing. Yeah, so you're just like, all you can see is just me,
Mhm.
just my face.
Yeah.
What about, so you're not seeing like anything that's on my computer screen, like the
No.
documents? Because you saw those before, like the documents and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
Hmm. 'Cause it says it's sharing the screen. Ooh. All right. Well, I guess, so I think it's recording properly. Um, I don't know why y'all can't see it. Uh, hmm. Okay, I have an idea. Okay, maybe if I set my computer over here somewhere, they can see the screen at least. Okay, I'm gonna try this. And this is not ideal, but it'll kind of work. Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's see if I can connect my Bluetooth so that way they can hear me better, maybe. Technology. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get it figured out. Okay. All right. Like, it kind of sucks. Okay. All right. So we will try to go ahead and go with that and see how that works. So it has a little bit of a glare, but there it is. All right, I should probably plug my computer in because battery sucks. If I don't know if I can reach the plug from there. Let's see. Barely. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. All right, so we're starting with absolute value. So absolute value of x, which means the distance between x and 0 on the number line. All right, so the absolute value is always positive. So the absolute value of -5 is 5. And the absolute value of positive 5 is also 5. And the absolute value of 120 would be 120. And the absolute value of 0 would be 0. And the absolute value of negative 16 would be positive 16. And the absolute value of 100 would be 100. All right. And if you're watching online, you can find the notes on Canvas. And actually, you can find the blank notes on Canvas, that you can also find the completed notes on Canvas that already has everything filled in. So that will probably make it easier for y'all to follow along, because you'll already see everything I'm writing already written down. So, you know, that would probably help if y'all want to try that. All right. So next we're going to talk about adding and subtracting of integers. So first of all, I just want to touch on what is an integer. Oh my gosh, that looks terrible. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to like memorize this chart right now. Actually, later on in the semester, I think you probably will. But for right now, I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of what is an integer. So, you know, you have natural numbers, which are just the counting numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Whole numbers are almost the same thing, except they also include 0. And then integers are all of the whole numbers plus all of the negative whole numbers. Okay, so that's what it means. So if you read the little fine print on your MyLabs Plus homework where it might say enter your answer as an integer. So that's what it's talking about. It's a whole number, but it could also be a negative whole number. All right. So for adding and subtracting of integers, one way to do that is using a number line. So for example, if we want to do negative 6 plus negative 5, so I'm starting at negative 6 on the number line, and then I'm adding negative 5, so that means I'm actually going to move 5 units to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to land on negative 11. All right, and then let's see, so that answer would be negative 11. And 10 plus negative 3, so start at 10 and then go 3 units to the left, 1, 2, 3, and land on 7. So the answer is 7. And number 3, negative 8 plus 7, so start at negative 8 and then plus 7, so you're going to go 7 units to the right in the positive direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you end up with negative 1 as the answer. All right. So another way that you can, another trick that you can use, they call leave change opposite. So that means, you know, leave the first sign the same, so leave the first number the same, and then change the operation in the middle, and then do the opposite of the second number. So leave negative 3 the same, but change from minus to plus, and change positive 9 to negative 9. So basically it's the same thing as saying negative 3 plus negative 9. And then whenever you're adding like signs, you're just basically adding the absolute values and keeping the sign. So like 3 plus 9 is 12, so this would equal negative 12. All right, and then number 4, we have 5 plus negative 9. So we could say that's the same thing as 5 minus 9. And then 5 minus 9 equals negative 4. And then number 5, we have
negative 3 minus 7. So we could say that that's the same thing as negative 3 plus negative 7, which equals negative 10. All right, and then the next, which is my favorite way of talking about adding and subtracting of positive and negative numbers, is I would say think about your bank account. So if you want to do the problem negative 9 plus 14, then you would do, you would say, okay, well, what if my bank account is overdrawn by $9 and then I deposit $14? So now what's my new balance going to be? Well, it's going to be $5. All right. And then number 7 says negative 9 minus 14. So that would be, what if your account is overdrawn by $9 and then you spend another $14? Okay, well, that would be negative 23. Okay, any questions about that? Okay. So number 8 says John gained 12 pounds in July and lost 26 pounds in August. Represent his change in weight over those 2 months using an integer. So he had positive 12 minus 26. That would equal negative 14. So if you wanted to represent his change in weight with an integer, your answer would be negative 14. So in other words, you could say that overall he lost 14 pounds. All right. And then number 9, we're going to kind of combine the absolute values in with adding and subtracting. So first you want to, so here on number 9, it says 5 minus the absolute value of negative 2. So you would first want to evaluate the absolute value of negative 2, which is positive 2. So then you have to just do 5 minus 2. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. All right. So number 10 says negative 10 plus the absolute value of 5 minus 9. So the first thing you want to do in this case is 5 minus 9, which equals negative 4. So then you have negative 10 plus the absolute value of negative 4. And then the absolute value of negative 4 is equal to positive 4. So that's negative 10 plus 4. And so if your account was overdrawn by $10 and you deposited $4, what would your balance turn into? Negative 6. So it's still negative, but not as negative, I guess. All right, so on number 11, we don't have any absolute values that we have to do. So we're just going to go ahead and add straight across. So 4 plus negative 3 equals 1. And I'll just bring down minus 0 plus 8. Now, whenever I see minus a negative, I know I can just automatically go ahead and change that. Those cancel each other out and it just makes a plus. So just change that to plus 1. All right, so 1 minus 0 is 1, and then 1 plus 8 plus 1 equals 10. All right, and then here's a worksheet that you could use to go ahead and do some of those just to practice. I guess I didn't think, maybe I should have turned the light. I don't know what that would do if I turn this light off. Kind of dark. Oh, it's super dark. Yeah, I don't think that would do. Maybe I could open the window. Okay. So I know that, yeah, that's not ideal, but we will figure it out. Any of you guys online have any questions or comments? Were you guys able to hear me okay when I was teaching? Okay, good. Yeah, the answers are on the other side of the worksheet. Anybody have any questions about anything? Okay, well, that is all I have for y'all today. So go ahead and make sure that you get registered for MyLabs Plus ASAP. If you want to use the pay later option, that's great. Just so you go ahead and get on there and get started, okay? And I will see you guys on Thursday. I will see y'all on Zoom, hopefully, and hopefully it'll work better. I will get it figured out.